I know that you guys are doing good wherever this video finds you. And remember, even if you're in a bad place right now, it doesn't mean that you're gonna stay there. It is about knowing that each day is an experience. And no one is expecting you, or you should not allow anyone to expect this of you, but live in each moment. Do everything that it is that you want to do and find a love and gratitude for everything that you experience, because you may not like the moment of whatever it is that you're going through. But when you find time to really be in the silence, and this will happen for you when that time comes, you end up realizing that, you know what, you snap into this moment where you're like, you become aware, you become conscious, you become awake. You become maybe emotional to the things that you went through, where you're like, you know what, I still persevered, I got through it. And you must, I say, find a beauty and a gratitude for even the things that you felt were meant to destroy you, because had they not happened, would you have gained the knowledge or wisdom of that situation? So we're gonna dive right in, guys. The letter M, the number 23, the number 13, 34, 1992 are coming through. I'm getting the letters E, the letter M, the symbol of the scorpion. I'm getting skulls, skeletons, and I'm getting cloud formations as well, coming in as skulls, but they're giving an emphasis on the mouth. They're showing me that this is a form of wisdom that you have attained and that you're ready to speak this. And it's also giving me that, because the clouds are the mouth to the heavens, one could say, that you are now at a point where you are gonna get this knowledge or just wisdom that radiates. You can call it just a simple knowing, or just a simple knowing. That's just the best way to say it. But I'm getting the message here is that you need to love till the end. But I'm getting that there needs to be a death of an ego, and it doesn't mean that you're acting an ego. What I'm getting for this particular part is that maybe you are carrying on or holding on to a certain scenario, a certain story of your life, or certain things that you're still holding on to, and you're playing these moments out in your head still. And the one place that you should have a freedom should be within your mind. And the moment you lose thoughts, or you go from one thing to another, and you have so many things you want to do, you end up getting burned out. So here it's about knowing that you need to ground yourself. If you're feeling that you are off, or that you have an anxiety, or you feel that, you know what, you just have so much to do, but the reality is, if you're in a job and that, yes, do things accordingly, handle things in the right time, be responsible, but other than that, don't put so much pressure to have things done, to do dinner, or that. It's just like, find balance within yourself, and then find structure to where you can plan it out, and then have a set schedule, I guess. But don't get so overwhelmed in the moment where you're living in the future, and when you're in the future, you're going to look back to this time right now saying, you know what, I should have lived in the now moment. I wish I would have taken advantage to have said what I would have said. And it's about knowing that, you know what, you can be angry, you can be upset, but don't stay there. These emotions, again, are meant to be felt. Everything that you feel, everything that you've gone through, whether you want to see the bigger picture. And what I like to say is, you don't have to know it all. You don't have to have all the answers. If you're coming at this in a spiritual way, it's about you going within yourself and searching because you want to, not following what has been taught, because you're falling in line with the norm when you're supposed to go search and do it because you want to. But also just know that knowledge is power. Are you being led astray? Are you going based on everything that you are taught, or have you searched and looked this up for yourself? And I'm getting that you went on this journey of self-discovery. You walked a lonely road. I'm getting someone who was maybe born in a small town. Where you were from, you maybe went to school in a different place or a different area, is how I'm getting it. So it's like you never really got to know anyone in your area. And I'm guessing that you maybe had cousins or family, but you didn't really have like friendships. And when you went to another area, you never had. Yes, you had the chance to make friends and you had friends, but it wasn't that close connection as they all maybe had more with each other because they were all in that same area as opposed to you. But what I'm getting with this is that led you to have an imagination that allowed you to be. So this message is for someone who is pure. This message is for someone who has not lost their inner child. And it's like you handle things accordingly, you act responsible in that. But real quick, I'm going too fast because they're giving me a lot. So they want me to go back because I'm missing a part. And what they're saying to go back on is it's about knowing that you can agree to disagree. And that is the beautiful part about humanity, about being in this moment, is about speaking your truth, doing whatever it is that you love or that you want to do. But as you go ahead and you do this, you put yourself in different experiences, and you have to understand though that you are in a experience that everyone else is involved in. You all are the source experiencing life, and experiencing life on its own time and divine timing on its journey and what it's supposed to learn, because not all are meant to awaken at the same time. However, when you truly awaken and you embody your fullest potential and you start acting in that frequency of doing whatever it is that you love, you then begin to vibrate. You would vibrate and then radiate a light that begins to spark others. And that spark, one would call a never-ending cycle. And that is why everyone here serves a purpose. You all serve a purpose because you never know who you are affecting. You never know who is watching. You never know who looks up to you. So when you act out and you do good, because it is just simply who you are. And for those who are in this reading, you are of that good. Do not lose faith. But it is about just now simply being, regulating the nervous system, because you are at a fresh beginning, a new beginning. And each day, no matter how you want to interpret it, whether you had a bad day today, a new day today is a new time for you to go ahead and start over. And yes, you will stumble, yes, you will fall, but you build it up. You are consistent. That is the evolution. It is about not saying that one is woke, which is meant in a negative framing, I guess, but it is evolved. It is doing the right thing even when no one is looking, because that is the definition of evolved. It is about, do you really have to get that last word in that argument? Do you really have to take that last hit of that cigarette? Do you really have to keep hitting that vape? Do you really not want to utilize this time that you have to know how to move your body, how to isolate different parts of your body, or how to go ahead and just know certain things? Teach yourself. And although you have these technologies of AI and that, it is about knowing that you do not have to stop reading, you do not have to stop experiencing life, and know that there may be answers. Know that there are several answers, and these several answers are always going to be yes and no's, but the point is that you are in the universe you create. Universe is for you. So live in this now moment and live the past in the past. I'm getting cobras, the king cobra. I'm getting masculine, divine masculine. You could be a masculine who's awakening, and you could be being asked right now for the masculine energy to step up, to be consistent now in your actions, to go ahead and start being responsible, to learn to control those inhibitions. Yes, you can have these emotions, these temptations, and I'm not saying that you have to live a life without that, but it's about having balance. Knowing when to control those impulses and that, because yes, experience life and just know that there's so much more to each experience. Just know that to what you're experiencing that you feel that is a good experience, there's something out there that's so much more grander. You just have to also know that you have to leave this box of comfortability. But go out, because when you leave that comfortability, you let the universe know that, you know what, I walk in faith. I walk in the fact that I am a creator and I create the world in my reality and how I feel fit for myself. But I'm doing so for the love of myself, and I'm doing so because I have a love to go ahead and do so. And when you do that, you already walk in with an abundance, because abundance is your birthright. But you have to walk in knowing that you're abundant. It's about knowing that you have to appreciate all the things that you have. Our pets. Tell your body that you love your body, that, you know what, just take this moment to hug yourself, check in with yourself, and say, you know what, I need you guys to check in on yourself right now, actually. I want you guys to say, ask yourself in front of a mirror and be honest, be vulnerable. I want you guys to say, have I been okay? Why am I upset? Why am I bothered? And then ask yourself, what can I do about this? Could I be angry, be upset, take revenge? That would be a simple way to go ahead and handle things. But it's about having control and saying, you know what, even though you have these emotions, that is the part of the experience that you know that you could act in a certain way, but the fact that you choose to not do that and be better, and when you let the universe, the creator, take justice, you have no reason to worry, because you know what? It's not up to you to determine when someone goes through something or should get justice or karma. Of course, handle things accordingly. Stand up for yourself, speak up, but know that you only have to do so once, and you never have to go ahead and argue. I mean, have respectable debates amongst each other, but know that it's about hearing truly. Before you speak, listen. What are they saying? And if they are saying something that triggers you, why am I being triggered by what they're saying? Is it because of the way they live their lifestyle? Is it because of this? But why does that matter? Why am I being triggered? Because remember, you are free to live your life and express yourself. And everyone is entitled to go ahead and have that. So what I'm getting here is that with the 13, the death, is that you are in this point now where you have a gratitude. You are now embodying what it was that you were searching for. And now it's all going around and it's making sense that you were the one that you had been searching for the whole time. So I don't know if this is going to resonate for a majority of the collective, but I want to say for a good part, actually, that maybe you were the one who always took action to reach out to someone, or you were the one who always went above for your friends. And it's not about being in the ego saying, oh, I know I did this right. No, it's just and there's nothing wrong with that. But what I'm getting is that you did so because it was just really who you were, and what you wanted was to really be chosen. You wanted to be shown that, you know what, as much as I pour out, I feel that I'm deserving of this. Because it's nice to feel that way, and it's nice to get that. And what I'm getting is that you did not receive that. And it's like it all fell away. And it's like it was leading you down a road to really go down and know yourself. And just when you felt like you got comfortable, or when things were starting to work out, it fell down constantly. New friendships fell apart. Relationships that you thought were a good vibe were not a good fit. And the friendships that you thought were going to be there till the end did not last. And it's not saying that they did not last, but it's about you knowing that, if you've done your part to reach out and it's not been reciprocal, you have to keep going forward. But now you know that you have love for yourself, and that regardless if you have friends or not, you are whole within yourself, because you determine whether you are gonna be happy or if you're gonna be sad, or whether that person who took that parking, or that girl who bumped you and ruined your day, or At work, if there's a colleague who is being very that, it's about knowing that, you know what, you can speak your truth too, because sometimes you're meant to go ahead and say that to someone to help them realize it. But do so in a loving, respectful way, but do so in a courting way, because even if you mess up and you say like F you, or you know what I mean, that is divine, but it's about always knowing and evolving that you do not stay there. And if everything around you is going chaotic right now, or you're feeling off, or you're just feeling like, I don't know what to do, I feel like I know what I want to do, but I just don't take the steps, you just need to say 1, 2, 3 and just do it. And you need to go forward, because there's nothing worse than looking back and feeling like you did waste time, even though nothing was wasted. But if you're in that part of your mind where you have to understand that, but if you're still having to go through that emotion, and once you go through that emotion, you then understand, it's kind of like back and forth, but it's like you then understand like it was nothing lost, because this was a lesson. But that's what I'm saying. It's very easier said than done. And it takes time to see these things happen. But I live in a miraculous world. And if you are in this collective, I want you guys to know that miracles happen. The source, or the one you call God, is everywhere and everything. Even you. And it is about knowing that the source, God, has enough for everyone. Dios tiene para todos. Confirmation, Mr. Raven. Hey. So ravens can be significant. I'm getting Jack Skellington. And even Jack was in his ego because he wanted to take over Christmas. So October, December could be significant. But it's just like he had to go through all of that and then realize that, you know what, no, this is where I'm at. And I need to just focus on what it is that I'm good at doing. And just being myself. And not trying to be something else, because I am everything that I am. You're a very magical soul. I want to say you carry spirituality. I want to say that you have a very unique bond with your guides and your angels, even the animals around you. And they're coming through saying that those moments that you experienced were something abnormal. I'm gonna cry, okay, or beautiful happened. So they're giving me something weird with birds happening around you, something with a bird going around in a circle around you. And you're entering a different state where they're saying like this is the most important time, because what you are learning is that you are the magician. You are the children, or the pure ones. Oh my god. And that there's a thing of them always being by your side with those who maybe had cried, but it's about knowing that you're materializing, your manifestations are coming. And the moment that it feels the most hard is a breakthrough is around the corner. You just need to keep going and going forward, and just have love going forward with whatever it is that you're doing. And just know that this is a part of an experience. Confirmation for that music and going to the commercial, girl. But I am getting a need for you to go ahead and start finding a form of balance, for you to start going ahead and grounding, taking initiatives to look up or do different researching, but always choosing a specific answer, because there's many answers, but going with one that resonates with you. But it's now knowing that everything is in your hands. You have the option to go forward in life and whatever it is that you want to do. And it's about just finding forgiveness and just finding peace, because whether people want to say that this is wrong what I do, I have done my own research for myself, and I've always had this ability since I was younger. Maybe I'll tell my story about it one day, but here you can see things that happen, my guides come through, or something always happens, but I also do this in my hometown where I'm from, and it's brought me an abundance to be able to do what I want or have more freedom, I guess I should say. But what I'm trying to say is, when you cross over or we cross, no one is gonna know what happens. You could hear many stories in different versions because that's what you're gonna find when you go search. But the thing is, you could search and you could find many answers, but you're never gonna have a clear answer. It's about you going with what feels good to you and knowing that, you know what, does this really make sense? Am I going based on what has been taught, or am I searching? And knowing that you have no reason to be unhappy or sad, and even though you have these moments, those moments that you had experienced in life at an earlier age should have allowed you to know that, you know what, I've experienced this before. And although it hurts, it does not mean that I'm not gonna have hard moments, but it means that I know how to move through this. I know what I need to do. I know that maybe I need to move a certain way when it comes to certain things like this. But you have that knowledge, and it's about knowing that yes, you may have a wisdom and an awakening, but as that does not take you out of an experience, though. It is about knowing how to move through the storms, if there should be storms. But even those storms are beauty, because even the storm, if what is seeming to be scary or ugly or scary or loud, that chaoticness is what leads to a rainbow, to clear skies, and always knowing that the sun shall always rise. And dark and night, and just because one is night does not mean that it is evil. It is about going hand in hand, the divine and the feminine, masculine and feminine. And it's not about even going to the point where we're going to say, because this might be off topic, but that it's man and woman. No, it's about knowing that we are all one. We all are the same energies, whether you're man or woman. You have masculine and you have feminine. And if you're masculine who has feminine energy, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I feel like I have to say it because it does not mean that you get your nails done or something like that, but it's just about knowing that you're checking in with yourself. You love yourself to know that it's okay for me, even though I'm a guy. I'm not going to be in that ego to say that I can't cry. I can cry as a guy, and I can check in on myself and say that it is okay, that I can heal myself, that I can be in touch with my feminine side to love things as far as maybe cooking or cleaning, and being even able to be a comforter and nurturer. And as a female, it is okay for you to say that you have that as well as the masculine, because that means that you take leadership. That means that you are being consistent. That means that you are taking initiative. You are being the change that you truly want to see. So there's definitely a part of wholeness in this message, guys. I'm going to stop it there for the whole channeling because I won't stop. But yeah, this is pretty long already, guys. We're 31 minutes. But I'm going to leave it at that for this channeled message. So this is about you knowing with the whole skeletons and bringing me back to that. It is about you getting a certain wisdom. You are becoming one, and it is about knowing that these experiences that you may have with the birds, again, because I went on topic with the birds, that don't discount those. And even if you feel like, I feel like you have someone that you can talk to, who maybe you do tarot readings or you feel that you're a psychic, and it's like you share these experiences, but somehow these experiences that you share with people that you feel that you can talk to, they end up taking away that magic because they don't see it the way that you see it, and it kind of like kills it. Not kills it, but it's like a buzzkill because they don't see the magic or the beauty in it as much as you do. And maybe that's just a moment for you to see. But it's giving me a sense that this is only the beginning of what's happening, and you don't have to go ahead and impress anyone or go ahead and worry about how you're going to go ahead and get the right people. You just go ahead and be yourself. You be authentic and you speak your truth. And you know what? The right people are going to always find you. Just know that that's just how it works. But you cannot keep yourself a secret. You're reborn. It is a new beginning for you. To know thyself. Writing something on your door, leaving things that remind you to go ahead and go forward, but building these good habits And even though you feel that you may not have made progress, you have to understand too that you made progress. The fact that you're thinking of a change, that is progress, because it starts in the mind. And remember, progress is only for you to decide if you have made progress, not for anyone else to tell you. So I want you guys to know from this moment that you guys are fulfilled. So I want you guys to say, I am fulfilled. I awaken to this now moment. To really be in this now moment. To really know that I am in charge of what I want to experience. I can decide if I want to still feel angry, if I want to feel sad. That it is normal to feel these emotions. Let them pass. Don't hold on to them. Let them pass. I will have more knowledge. Go searching so that I can utilize this vessel to its maximum potential. I am worthy. I am deserving. I am awakening. And remember, guys, you don't have to go searching and have all the answers. Find someone who really resonates with you, and hopefully I'm able to give you guys that here. But if not, I'm hoping that this video helps you in whatever way. But know that you guys are always welcome here. But my key here is to tell you that you are the key. That everything is within yourself. And you have a natural intuition. Listen to it. Are you going to be wrong sometimes? Yes. Are you going to make mistakes? Yes. Don't be too hard on yourself. Live life though. But just know what you want to be treated is how you should treat others always. And don't look at anyone and think that you're above, but just think of it as one king passing another king. Because if we were all gods, because we are created by God, we are all royalty. And being a true royal is knowing that, you know what, you speak up for everyone in the kingdom. And even if you have disagreements means that we can have different views, but still different views can walk side by side. Be evolved. Do everything with love, and just know that you guys are whole. 1, 2, 3, and just go for it, because you know, guys, it can be done. Okay, guys, so we're gonna go ahead and go into the tarot for this real quick. Let's see what the tarot. Let's just see, guys. The color turquoise, emerald, which are very strong colors as far as frequency. So this reading is for a pure, child-hearted, those who have not lost their inner child. Confirmation of the TV going off to the commercial, girl. But I do want to just speak on this real quick, because the whole skeleton, so the symbolic image was the skeletons and the clouds, but focused on the mouth is what they were showing me. So if you are seeing skeletons, and this could be around you, maybe you have Jack Skellington, maybe you have skulls. We're seeing skeletons, but especially if you see a skeleton in the sky and you see the mouth, or something about you is maybe noticing something about people's mouth or faces and mouths. Right now you are having a form of a suppressed communication. You feel that you're not able to speak, or you're not speaking up on something. So I want you to go ahead and know that if you have a fear in that, you are going to face it, because there's nothing to fear. What's the worst that can happen? But better to always express it, because there's nothing worse than living with something that was not said or not done. It's like taking the action. If you like something or you see someone, don't be too shy to approach them. Go ahead and go after whatever it is that you want. Speak up. So I want you to know that you have the power to speak up. But this is also saying, because if you are on a spiritual path and you are doing this, and you are someone who has a spiritual gift, as we all do, but you are really doing that journey of walking on your own path to really know thyself. So this is unlocking hidden spiritual truths for you, and the ultimate transition between earthly silence and the wisdom of the afterlife. So this is also giving me a time of where you are in a moment of maybe of isolation, but if you are feeling chaotic or anxieties or not knowing what to do, or just like, it's like now is the time to be in that silence so you can hear that wisdom. But I'm getting that, you know what, you're probably just tired, and I don't mean to laugh, but it's like you're just really tired of being in the same box and that. But it's like, put yourself out there, even if it's on social media, start doing whatever it is that you do, and just know that if you want to go out, go put yourself out in situations that you like doing. If you like going to Starbucks, Barnes and Noble, go do that. And don't be scared to talk or introduce yourself to people. Because when you put yourself in an experience like that, you're putting yourself in an experience of people of a same frequency. So I'm also getting that this is a time for you to really heal too, and allow all these things to surface, whatever memories or whatever scenarios that you may be having. But write it down, journal it, and just make sure you're like manifesting it out, I guess, or like just let it go, because you are free. And the whole point of this video is to let you know is that you don't have to hold on to any baggage. You don't have to hold on to this idea could be significant. I don't know. Okay, so, but you don't have to go ahead and feel that anything was lost or time was wasted, because what is the point of holding on to that? And again, tomorrow is never promised. So it is about walking in faith and not saying, you know what, I hope that this happened. I don't live in a world of hope. I live in a world of just knowing that what is truly for me will always find its way to me. And even when I lose, I win. And that's why I say you don't have to know everything too, because you need to let the universe surprise you. You see? Confirmation. Okay, so the skulls also can be dealing with the ego. We did say the ego. Skulls are a universal symbol of mortality. When you see one of the clouds, a space usually associated with the dreams or higher consciousness, and that's what I said, you are a different type of, like, you were that pure soul, you were the childlike soul. You never lost your, yes, you may be, I don't want to say a bad girl, a bad boy, but like, you just have a pureness though. Like, you still maybe do things, like, but you just have a pureness, the way you talk, the way you speak, your laughter and that. The skull is heavily tied to the Latin concept of memento mori, and it is saying, remember you must die. Rather than a morbid omen, this is a call to live more fully, and that's what this message was about. It was about knowing that you are whole, knowing that you are good if someone likes you, knowing that you are okay if someone doesn't, but ultimately just going forward in life. And why hold on to these things that do not serve you? And why do you walk in things that do not fulfill you? It's like, are you going with the trend just to be a part of it? Because if you are, that's leading you to a road of not really knowing yourself. By focusing on the mouth, you may be receiving a sign about transition, the bridge between the physical voice, the mouth, and the spiritual silence. This message is encouraging you to find peace in what has ended and trust in new beginnings. And I did say that it's about leaving what has left or whatever has fell away, or even if you felt like you were never picked through that, or just you having to walk away. And it's like you've had no choice but to be on this journey. But rather than just sitting or not going out or not doing anything, going crazy, it's like now is the time to discover who you are. Love yourself, love your body, treat your body good, talk to yourself lovingly, do your affirmations. People may say, oh, it's all hearsay and all that, but you know what? I'm here to tell you that it's real, because I have seen results in my life. The people who come to me have seen results in their life. But it's about knowing that you have to go ahead and walk that process if you want that promise. But enjoy that journey, because those little mistakes, those moments, are what make the journey the grand journey. So find trust and find it. I'm hearing 3A, triple A. Sorry. They're saying triple A, so they're saying to accept it. So they're saying to acknowledge it. They're saying to accept it for what it is. And then to allow it to go ahead and just be. And finally, they're saying, this is a voice from the heavens. Because clouds represent the realm of the heavens and the higher communication, a mouth forming in the clouds can symbolize a message from above. It asks you to consider the words that you put out into the world and how they align with your highest spiritual path. So again, I am worthy, I am deserving, I am abundant, and even when I lose, I win. You are going to make mistakes, guys. You don't have to have all the answers, but it's just about just being happy in everything that you do and always learning how to control your emotions and knowing that you are going through something or you want to speak up and be angry in that moment. But always go back and ask yourself, did I handle things accordingly? Was I? Not just because you want to say that, oh, I'm that boss. You know what I mean? No, we don't want that. Because the true evolvement is to have a virtue. Let's get into these cards, girl, because this message is going to be an hour, girl. I wasn't expecting that to be an hour. Also, just in a quick note, guys, I ran into the whole YouTube world. I'm on Facebook, but I really have taken a break from technology. I've been focusing all my energy on learning YouTube and was just doing it, I guess, but I do this more in person. So I'm still learning how to put this together more in a video format. So if you guys are new to my channel, just know that I'm working on, I guess, putting this together more in a video format. So I feel like I can be more jokey or be myself more just because it's just who I am, I guess. But I want to show you guys me, I guess. Someone's probably saying, oh, shut the Okay, so we're going to just go ahead and pull 3 cards, guys, and we're going to see what wants to come through. So we have the King of Cups. Right now, the King of Cups, I want to say you're being asked to go ahead and be a leader. You're being asked to go ahead and be stern, be consistent. So this is what I love, guys. When I channel, I do this and the confirmations come in the cards, and the King of Cups it's a beautiful confirmation because it is the mastering of your emotions. It is you learning to go ahead and start practicing what you preach. You now being the change that you seek. I know that, oh, you know what, that upset me. I could do this and I could go off, but you know what? I'm not going to, because you know what? It's not a big deal. And of course, it depends on the scenario, and again, do things accordingly. But again, even if it was a car accident, at least you are okay. Or if someone wrecked your car, at least they are okay. And yes, believe me, I understand. Can it suck? Can it be hard? But just know that everything happens the way it's going to happen. But just say, you know what, I don't have control, and you know what, the source does. And just like these things come out of nowhere, miracles happen out of nowhere. Miracles happen out of nowhere. So this is also giving me that if you are walking the spiritual path, you need to go ahead and just sit in your throne, babe, and own it. The student has become the teacher. You're leveling up. And that's why you had to endure what you did, but it led to you mastering yourself, knowing how to get through the storms. Now you're going to the next level. And let's just say that this is I'm hearing crowning. You're being crowned, or you're being initiated. Like, basically, you've been initiated now. I want to say, if you're in the occult, this is could be a sense of an initiation. I don't know why I'm saying this, but like a certain veil is lifting for you. Does that make sense? The lovers are coming through. And I have 2 ways of how I want to interpret that. So we have the lovers. We have judgment. And these were in the upright. And we have the King of Cups. So with the King of Cups, how I said was basically just letting you know that everything that you endured now, you're gonna know how to move with these emotions. Because life keeps moving, the sun goes up or down. And you have to keep going because whether you go or not, that sun's still gonna go and come down, and the moon's gonna rise and the sun's gonna but yes, and going with the lovers, this is now giving me, you don't have to use candles, you don't have to do rituals, you don't have to do any of that. But of course, the childlike soul would maybe like to do that because it's about doing things that make you feel good, is how I'm interpreting it. But doing so with like love. But with this, it's giving me a sense of you just like entering a new level of you having a different understanding in the occult of just knowing that everything will be taken care of. Like you don't have to have anyone step in or have something be done for you because it's gonna always work out for you. You are going to a different beat of a drum, I guess. You see like little lights or signals that are guiding you. It's like a certain connection with you. Oh, Triple A.
Driving is what drives me.
But this love too is like there's different aspects of it too. And remember that you can enjoy life, but don't get so trapped by these inhibitions to remember it's about just knowing that you are whole, that you have love for yourself. But it's also giving me, since this message is about being whole, it's about you knowing that yes, okay, I'm whole, and even though I don't want to say this maybe, but I'm good if someone comes in my life and I'm good if someone doesn't come in. It's kind of giving me like you've kind of already like had no choice, but you already know what it means to say that. But I do want to say that it's giving me like someone who is also home now is coming in. Even though I say you are okay, even if something happens and something doesn't happen, it's not saying that you're not gonna find love or that it's not out there. But it's about knowing that if you want to attain that love, you have to have love for yourself, to have dignity for yourself, to know that in anything that is love, you are able to express yourself. You are able to go ahead and share that bond with each other in a balanced way. Because when it is the true love and it is a wholeness, it is more than just the sexualness. Oh my god. That was beautiful. So they're giving me like if these true whole souls are coming and they intertwine and they become their form and they see the faces and the faces are looking at each other. But it's a silence, but it's an eyes that are seeing eyes that just that they say, I know you. I have known you. You are the one I have searched for. And it's like these true souls merging. Confirmations. That's beautiful. And I want to say that with the judgment, a cross could be significant. Copper could be significant. Those loops that go like that are very significant. But with judgment, this is giving that. Leave judgment to the creator, but everything is going to go in your favor. And what you thought you lost or what you lacked, you will maybe come to find that you're meant to be that gift. I'm determined to finish this message, guys, because this is such a beautiful message, and my phone ran out of storage. So yeah, with the judgment, just know that everything is going to work out in your favor, and it's not for you to, of course, handle things accordingly, but release that stress, release that burden. If you have an attorney who's dealing with something, let them deal with it. But just also going forward, knowing that with the Seven of Cups coming to the side, I'm going to interpret this one as focus on one thing that you want to do right now. Focus on that one thing, and with the Seven of Cups, I'm going to say this in two ways. Dreams are coming to fruition. They are materializing. So right now it is very crucial for you to go ahead and watch your thoughts. Be careful what you wish for is also coming through in the sense of make sure it's truly what you want. But also don't get ahead of yourself. Don't rush the process. enjoy the journey, but focus right now on one thing and take it step for step. So, bottom of the deck, guys, is it's the Two of Wands, guys. This is progress. And I want you to give yourself credit in the sense of like, you know what? Whatever you went through, whether you felt like people walked out and whether you feel that you have been alone, you have done it. You are at least putting steps forward. I'm getting someone who's maybe started their business. Maybe you do those farmers markets. Maybe you do it on TikTok or whatever. But I'm getting someone who's also creating content. I'm getting someone who's been writing a book. I'm getting someone who is making their own version of tarot cards. I'm getting someone who's working on a new app. And again, it's all there for you, but don't get overwhelmed. Embrace the journey. Get out of that box of comfortability and know that if you want more, it's all there for you. But you have to leave a comfort zone. You have to know that you are worthy, that you are deserving of more. So that concludes our message for today, guys. And smile. Thank you so much, stargazers.